Hi and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV located in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new M2 106 that we have on the lot, and I'm going to explain to you how this is the safest towing vehicle on the market today. So this is a brand new 2020. It's made by Freightliner. It is an M2 106. The conversion is Summit Hauler. So we'll start today by taking a look at the rear of the truck. As you can tell, we have it hooked up to an RV today, and that is to give you a visual representation of what the truck was designed to do. This particular truck does come with the Hensley hitch. Now, what makes the Hensley hitch nice, if we could zoom in right there on those airbags, as we go, those fill with air and balance the truck out. In addition to, your trailer is basically running on air, so that's going to save a lot of wear and tear on your trailer. The hitch is also known as the trailer saver. In addition to that, it saves wear and tear on the truck as well. So a really nice add-on that comes with this truck. And they can also switch that out for a gooseneck. So if we are pulling a horse trailer, that can be swapped out for a gooseneck setup as well. One unique thing about Summit Haulers is this bed is made of aluminum, so that's not steel. So if we project the longevity of the truck, 10 years from now, it's going to look very similar to what it does today. Underneath this plate is a hookup for a traditional bumper pull trailer if we need to use the truck that way as well. The top of the truck is rhino lined. I brought a couple of things to show you today. These are the U-joints. This one is for this truck. This is designed for this truck. This one is for a GMC 3500 Sierra. So again, as we're projecting longevity and the life of the truck, which one's going to last you longer, this one or this one? Well, just size and mass dictates that the answer is going to be this one. One thing that I was able to learn yesterday is about the axles of the truck and how that was designed. Well, it turns out that they're actually beefier and heavier than what they're rated for. Now, the reason for that is to save you money, because that keeps us below the level of what we are required to charge for the FET tax. So very thick, sturdy, beefy axles underneath the truck as well. Summit Hauler does offer the most storage capacity of any of the trucks on the market. It comes with 3 compartments on each side. When we take a look at the front one, not only will you see how much room and space is involved, but you can see we also have a hookup for an air hose if one is so required. Now, the batteries of the truck are located underneath the back seat, but that's not where you have to jump it from if something goes wrong. I'll show you where you do that in a minute. Right here is a trickle charger. So if we are on the road traveling at night and we want to use the DVD player, the lights, we can simply hook that up to a regular outlet, and that assists the batteries is what that does. When we take a look at the back seat of the truck, just as all haulers, that back seat does make down into a bed with just the flip of a switch. Now, I did check with the Colorado DOT, and this does meet all requirements for a bed. As we continue to walk around the truck, this is our depth tank that holds up to 6 gallons. Data is showing about 250 to 300 miles per 1 gallon of depth. It comes with 2 fuel tanks, one on each side to maintain balance. So as we're sitting here, that fuel is going to balance itself. However, when you go to fill up the truck, you're going to need to do that independently. As we take a look at the driver's side, a few things we can see from the ground. Okay, here's where we start the truck. It's designed to be able to start it from the ground. So when you go to start it, you're going to want to turn the key halfway. And we're going to be patient and let those gauges go all the way over and come all the way back before you start it. If we get in a hurry and start it, there's a chance that it'll kick codes that simply don't exist. The seats come with air ride, and right here is where we make those adjustments. Heated and cooled seats right here. This is for the lumbar system, so this will adjust how much air you want in the back of that seat. Now right here is the kill switch. So it's generally good practice to shut that off when you're done driving for the day, because there's a lot of voltage going through these trucks, guys. So we want to go ahead and kill that, and that prevents any stray electricity going through the vehicle, consequently draining down the batteries. This is for a block heater. We're kind of getting into that time of year where we're going to be thinking about using those. Now I brought with us a tire balancer. Now these are located right here. Now, as you can see, well, more or less here, there's little BBs in here, okay, with some hydraulic oil. So once you go and you start to gain speed and momentum, these balance the entire rotating mass from the tire to the rim to the hub. All of that is balanced. So that does a few things. One, it gives us a little bit more comfortable ride because everything's balanced. It makes it a safer ride. In addition to that, it will prolong tire life up to 45%. So now let's take a look underneath the hood. While we are here, this is stock number 5N191491. That is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. This offers 350 horsepower and 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. A couple of things to notice from here. This is the air-water separator here. Right up here is where we would check the oil. Now, I did mention a few minutes ago, showed you where the batteries were. Right here is where we would hook up the jumper to jump the batteries if we needed to do so. Now let's take a walk around, look underneath the hood on the other side. A couple of things I wanted to show you over here. This is the air dryer right here. So a quick explanation of how that works. Everybody's bought like a little bag of beef jerky, and in that bag of beef jerky there's a little packet in there that assists keeping the air dry and out of the jerky. Basically that's the same principle here. The same stuff is used and that dries the air before it goes through. Maybe doesn't affect as much here as you guys down south, that with the humidity the way it is, but that's what it's designed to do. In addition to that, perhaps more importantly than the guys down south, let's take the reverse end of that and look at the guys say in Alaska. So what happens if that stuff freezes when it gets to the line? Then we got a whole new mess. So that's what that is designed to do. Here's where we check the antifreeze level. Now if we're on here doing all kinds of stuff and a gust of wind comes up, that hood's gonna stop. The only way to get it down is to manually force it down. Now the color of this truck is metallic brown. So if we can come up and zoom in a little bit, you can actually see the gold specks that are in the truck as well. We take a look at the passenger side from the ground. This truck is very unique in terms of the color, where it's light on the interior. We do offer the most comfortable seats on the market as well. Under here gives us access to the air filters. Right here is our other fuel tank. As we take a look from the ground back here, again, notice the amount of room. And this angle really gives us a good shot of the DVD player. Now let's go ahead and crawl in and take a look at the inside. Okay, one of the first things we notice once we sit down is how much glass is here. There's 2,500 square inches on that windshield. So that really makes visibility very nice so we can see. Another safety advantage to this over a pickup truck, for example, will be notice how high we are off the ground. We're not sitting down in traffic. So from a safety standpoint, we can see things coming at us a lot further up, and we can visually see things coming from the side. Another safety advantage to this truck is, see, that's because the door is open. So if the doors aren't shut and you go to press that brake in, it's going to notify you that things simply aren't right. Right here is our dump valve, and that takes all the air out of the back. Now, a safety thing that the Summit haulers have installed, if we put it in drive and we take off and that dump valve's still on, as soon as we hit 5 miles an hour, it's going to shut off and it's going to go back to where it was. And that just prevents damage, is what that does. Plus, like I said, it's a safety thing. A couple other things to notice while we're sitting here. Right here is our backup camera. Now, it's actually hooked up, it has the Voyager system in this truck. It is included in the truck. And what that does is allows us to hook up to 3 additional cameras if we so choose. Now, if we do that, that screen breaks down into quarters and you can use all 4 cameras at once. Right here is our air horn. As we continue to come down, this is for the windows. Our cruise control is right here. Now, this is an automatic transmission. I realize the size of the vehicle can be intimidating to some, but it really doesn't need to be because of the simplicity of the design. R for reverse, we're in neutral right now, and D for drive. This is the engine brake right here. So if we set it to low, that affects 3 of the 6, and if we set it up to high, that really slows us down coming through the Rocky Mountains when we find ourselves on a steep decline. In addition, here is our trailer brake here. Right here is the climate control. The gauges are pretty self-explanatory, so there's really no reason to get in too much depth in terms of them. But a very nice truck we have, and let's go ahead and do a contest today. The first one that texts me the correct answer, I'll be more than willing to send you a hat. So the question today is, what is the horsepower of this truck? So text me the answer. The first one to do that wins a hat today. So if you have any other questions on the vehicle or anything else on the lot, please feel free to call me. My cell phone number, 970-370-4067. The work extension, 303-684-3404. Or feel free to email me, guys, larry.vickers@transwest.com. Thanks for tuning in today.